welcome back to Life is
Sure, why not?
Yep.
In the
Yeah,
previous episode of Life is Strange.
So in the so far throughout the course of this game, we have time travel powers that are really inconsistent. We have characters that, unless your name is Max, Warren, or Kate, you're either just really dull or a giant dickhead. The game tries to tackle the really complicated issue of suicide.
Sorry about William.
And that went well.
Ironically, that was one of the better scenes in the game.
And as for what the guys were talking about earlier, okay, I mean, I get I get it. You know, you don't want the time travel powers to be so OP that you could just solve the whole plot with in like a millisecond. Like you have to introduce like limits to the powers or to the person, because like I said, otherwise you can just break the story in two.
Exactly.
But the main issue is how they did it and how often they do it, which is once and not very well.
No, not to mention Dwibs. It's OP. But again, if they thought it was OP, then they should have presented these rules from the get-go.
Okay, I'm not expecting, like, maybe over the course of the game, I'm not expecting the game to just suddenly drop a list saying, "Oh, this is what you can and can't do."
Oh, sure.
Okay. It's like we said, Dwibs. They could have easily just written it about have it be that Max discovers that she can only go back so far in time, essentially.
I mean, that meter shows it pretty well.
No. But story-wise, though, all it would take is just one scene of Max going, "Okay, let me test and see how far I can go back," and then eventually she hits like a wall of, where she can go back, essentially.
Jova, I got a better one. Forget a scene. How about a line? Here's how I would have done it. When she gets to the roof and she notices that she can't rewind anymore, all they would have to do is have her think in her head, saying, "Oh my God, I can't do it. Oh my God, I'm so exhausted."
Or again,
there you go.
On one of the previous days, they could have had her pass out or something.
You don't even have to spell it out. You can just have her say, "Oh my God, I can't rewind anymore. Oh man, I'm so exhausted." There you go. That would be your cue what the limitation was, and then of course you would have to keep that consistent. Now you can't have her do that every time she's exhausted.
Mind you, even when we do find out officially story-wise that her time travel powers are hurting her, because believe it or not, Joey, the characters have not yet realized that it's the time travel powers that are causing her nose to bleed and whatnot, even though it should be obvious. Even when we do figure that out, that has nothing to do with limitations whatsoever. It's just something that's hurting her. Again, for all we know, she could technically go back as far as she wants to.
Again, don't nod.
Unless there's just a very, very exclusive scene that we missed.
Again, don't nod. I literally pulled that line of dialogue out of my ass, and I single-handedly quickly fixed your problem.
And it would have that would have worked really well too, because Max is always, we always hear her in a monologue.
Exactly.
Now, mind you, maybe for the sake of argument, there is one scene on a very specific route, but it's a route that I have not played, and I do feel like for something that crucial, that should be something that is not as easy to miss. Like, let me put it like this. For as much plot divergences as there are in this game, I don't think there should be any plot divergences that go to the point where you can't understand what's going on. Like, it's not like we're going to completely different perspectives.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, right now we're on episode 3, Chaos Fury.
Besides, it's been a while since.
But look at this, there's other people missing.
I shouldn't sound so disappointed. But
notice a possible pattern.
And all those people who were mean to Kate, now all of a sudden they're sending her get well messages on social media.
They are now learning the consequences of their actions.
Okay, so do we know that all these people were mean to her? Like, I know we know that some of them were, but
everybody. Nowhere to hide these days.
Time is bunk. Douglas Adams. Okay.
But hey, look at that. Max is becoming a hero to people.
Yeah.
Like she's
she did save.
Hero.
Well, yeah, she did save Kate. To be fair, so it makes sense.
But also, these people were like really rude to her
Everybody
before.
would
No. Warren was
Blackwell
fine.
might as well
Yeah,
shut
true.
down for
He is right there.
Warren's the
I'm
only
gonna-
one who gets a pass. Like,
Kate will be back.
And yes,
Say
while
Brooke's
Kate is
fine
in,
as well.
and yeah, while Kate is in the hospital, Max will be the one taking care of Alice.
Here. Not
Although,
for
Shiroi, again, you're kind of helping illuminate on an issue I have with this game. This game will at points try to say that, oh, this whole town is terrible, even though, again, if you pay attention, we actually do see several people who are
It's
nice
okay,
and
Max.
decent. Or at the very least,
Get your
don't
shit together.
pick on Kate to this
You have
extent
time.
maliciously. Like, we got Warren, we got Brooke, we got
Pretty hard to
Alyssa.
focus
Yeah, there you go,
on
see?
my schedule this week.
According to the school schedule, Chloe is making Max miss classes. So
Thanks, Chloe.
Okay, this is scary dark. Let there be.
Alright, of all the 5 episodes in this game, like Yurik said in his video, episode 3 is probably the most uneventful of them. Trust me, there's not a lot that happens in this episode that could not be easily squeezed into episode 4.
Pedro, isn't it a spooky, scary, dark episode?
Good one for you, Brooke. We'll wait for Kate.
But
You know what? No, it's not really scary, Jova. Like, Mission 6 of Halo Combat Evolved. Now that is scary,
I
but
hope you burn
whatever.
bright again.
Yeah, the one where you're tracking down that beast that pretty much killed everyone in the lab.
Exactly.
I like I said, the most uneventful chapter is the one that could potentially be a horror movie.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Pedro's right. Like, there's a... how do I put it with this chapter? I get what they're trying to go for, but it's a chapter that says a lot, but also very little at the same time.
Dana's really hurt.
All right. I actually like Dana, so let's talk to her.
Dana's the one with the pink hair, right?
The one who had
Oh,
that
no, the other-
miscarriage/abortion, whatever thing.
Oh, right.
Hey,
yes.
Dana. How are you doing?
Better than Kate. I just can't believe she would even
Again,
attempt
Dana's arc is
suicide.
interesting. Remember, she starts off as being one of Victoria's aces or whatnot, but slowly grows
I
on
knew
to
she
be more
was
friendly with
depressed,
us.
There's actually quite a lot of NPCs that you can do that
Must
with.
be serious to throw yourself off the roof.
Again, my issue is like, well, while you can do this with NPCs,
Kate was
it's
serious.
never to the extent that
But
you
it's
can
not
with
all about
Chloe.
that.
And again, I do get
So
the
what
point of
exactly are
that,
you saying,
but I feel
Max?
like there's a missed
You think this has
opportunity to
something to
not
do with Nathan
allow
being-
you to force relationships to the extent that you do with certain other characters as well.
I'm not sure yet, but I'm on it. Weird shit is going on.
And you know what? Maybe for the sake of the
I'm
limited
going to
budget,
find
they
out why.
couldn't.
I'm getting scared now.
But again, just
The
talk
people
about
here
wasted
are still
potential.
sneaking out tonight.
Yep.
What? Like who?
Because
Victoria
again, what they
bounced
actually
out
do with
earlier,
Chloe
yeah,
is...
Sherlock?
Well, okay, you know what? We're 3 episodes
Kate
in.
from
Joy, how do you feel
Get
that
some
they've been
sleep
doing
too,
with
Dana.
Chloe so far as a
I'll see you later.
character?
I think her frustration at the end of the train sequence should tell you everything you need to know, Jova. Not for sorry, Sherry. Go on.
Oh, I don't remember what I was saying.
Oh, okay,
It's fine. Don't worry about
Hey,
it.
Dana.
Basically, Jova asked you, well, how do you feel about Chloe so far in the game? And I told him, well, I feel like her rant during the train bit probably should tell you everything you need to know. Am I right,
Nah,
Sherry?
I don't like her.
She
Sorry.
definitely
There you go.
It's
deserves
tying
a
back
face
into
punch
my
for
point that
thinking
I feel
they
like the game
didn't
wastes a
do
lot of its
enough to
potential
step
by
up.
focusing
Now
as
it's
much
time
as
for
it does on
serious
Chloe
payback.
over a lot of these arguably more
words,
interesting relationships we can
So
have
what
with other
exactly are you
people.
saying, Max?
Yeah, true.
You think this has something to do with Nathan being expelled?
Well, no, he was suspended till further notice.
Or did he get expelled?
No, he got suspended till further notice, Jada.
To be fair, he actually did.
Okay? Not yet, anyway.
I'm getting scared now. But people here are still sneaking out tonight.
What? Like who?
Victoria bounced out
Like,
her
not gonna
earlier.
lie, this
Not
reminds
me.
me of sometimes when Telltale games have those stupid moments where
I am
even
like
though
that,
you have
Max.
blatantly made a choice that did
talk
not
later.
lead to something, the next chapter acts like you did that very
Victoria
choice.
isn't here.
Totally
Just
90s,
wait
totally
till
90s
time.
film night.
Going through her shit.
Okay, what else? Let's see if we can go into Victoria's room. Wherever you go, here I am. Okay.
these doors just not locked.
Yeah, it's like when I was in university, we had like locks on our doors.
Same. Like,
Vortex Club.
and I'm sorry, this takes place in 2015. No, we still had our dorms locked.
Victoria and Taylor
You need a key to
actually
get
show
in.
remorse.
Yeah, you had a key to get into the building and to get into your room.
Maybe these are really, really careless students.
They
Is this like a thread from
careless school.
Max Crackfield?
Probably.
Everybody's terrible.
Party on, dudes.
Max Crackfield.
No, that was
Boo.
that was another one that was like Max Cockfield on that mail there as well.
That's a lot of bank just to clean paint from a sweater.
Wow, they're actually making the bullies in the Predator movie almost look
Victoria's
intelligible
Secret.
by
She's a
comparison.
geek.
Victoria's Secret is that she's actually apparently a geek. The game will never do anything with that, so I don't even know what the hell I'm showing you. The game is showing us this. I'm not kidding. Like they make it like, oh, Victoria secretly is also a geek, but again, this part of her character never comes up. In fact, Max doesn't even confront her about it, so I don't know what the hell the game is even doing establishing that.
So let's just continue to casually break into her room and ruffle through her stuff.
Oh, but don't you see, Joe? Like before, the Storm is also going to teach us it's okay to do it as long as the person you're doing it is mean. I'm not kidding. There's Jova knows what I'm talking about. Like in Before the Storm, they also do the same thing. It's
I
okay,
don't think that's an excuse to break into someone's room, though.
but sure, it's okay to break the law if the person you're doing it to is a bad person, right?
She's partying.
I'm sorry, but
Like, she's just a school bully. I mean, I know she sucks, but like, you're not good for breaking into her room.
not only that, weren't you deriding Nathan for
I
breaking
had
into
no
your
idea
room as
Victoria's
well?
parents owned the Chase.
Hypocrisy! Thy name is Max Caulfield, or Cockfield,
But
actually.
Jova, consider this.
Right.
She's mean.
Thanks to
Yeah,
Victoria.
exactly. See, Jova, like I said, if someone is mean, you can do anything to them. See, you're automatically
Funny.
correct.
You know what's funny? That reminds me of an old saying: two wrongs don't make a right.
First Rachel and now
Right.
Kate. This is the
Oh god, you
Nothing
know,
to see
honestly,
here.
Phoenix Wright would just have a
guess I
field
shouldn't
day
be
with this
so
cast
dumb.
of characters.
You can make an argument that maybe her doing this is for a greater good, you know, of helping out Kate, stopping Nathan and Victoria from harming any more people.
But Jova,
That's the thing, though. What does this even have to do with the story of this chapter? We're technically supposed to be going to Chloe, and you know what? I get it. It's optional and whatnot, but it feels like such a weird thing to let the player
Victoria is
do.
about
But Jova, I
straight
got it.
as me.
I got it. Phoenix
But
Wright's
she really
parents, their
appreciates
last
that.
name was wrong originally, but when they had Phoenix, they changed it to Wright because
Those
calling it
boots are made
because
for
having a last
walking
name
runways.
wrong, especially with a child, is kind of weird.
It's like, my child is wrong. What?
Yeah, basically. And yes, like that's a good segue. Jova mentioned that
Hey, that's true. Two wrongs do make a right.
Yay!
Anyway, yes, Pedro?
Yeah, Mac Jova mentioned before, yes, visiting Victoria's room in this sequence is actually optional because, as you just noticed, you don't accomplish anything from looking into that room, so why did you just waste my time, you stupid game? Like,
I mean, it was optional, so...
I get that it's optional, Dwibs, but if you can't even get anything from it, any kind of new juicy info or anything, why even bother letting you into the room to begin with?
Serious?
I guess you get the info that, well,
They call her Max Cockfield? Oh yeah, that
Yes,
piece of info
that
is
was
incredibly important to the story.
integral to the
Oh,
plot.
clearly.
Now, what's happening here?
Basically,
Principal
yeah,
is-
the principal is drunk, so he can't use his keys.
Keys on me somewhere.
Yeah, we just went from suicide and all that good stuff and bullying and all that shit to a cartoon joke about the drunk adult.
Hey, he walked to, he walked there.
I have no idea why they do it like this.
Don't worry, you can just rewind.
Kate was going to jump today.
Let me remind you, everybody, this is still the same night from the day of the previous part, so Max has yet to properly sleep after being exhausted. So yeah, like we've discussed before, the exhaustion excuse is not at all a thing.
What's
Maybe
this?
save Blackwell. Now don't get cocky. Going back inside. You earned.
Maybe
good
saved
riddance.
Blackwell.
Sir, you are drunk.
Oh, great, and Chloe's testing us. What do you want, bitch?
Get my ass in gear now, Max.
Actually, I think, yeah, Yeah, I don't really. I'm sorry, Joe, but I can't tolerate her. What's the line again? Like, I can't tolerate her buffoonery. That's it. Yeah, Max, just to remind you again how fucking awesome you were today.
Wait, hold on. You think I'm upset that I don't have to voice for the heel for now?
Well, I just wanted to cover all my bases. Anyway, go ahead, Liz. That's yours. That's you.
Keep your smart mouth shut about
The other one. You're right, that one.
Hey, whore. Feminazis will be exterminated. Nice house.
Oh my god, seriously?
Oh god, I'm gonna throw up.
You know, mate, you know the Daleks are the bad guys, right?
Anyway,
bad guys genuinely believe that they're doing the right thing.
Yeah, that guy probably thinks, yeah, maybe the Daleks have a point.
oh no.
Maybe we should just...
Oh yeah, of course. Again, that's why Thanos worked so well in Infinity War. You know, like, because it's not like it's not just evil for the sake of being evil, because he makes some genuinely good points to the heroes, even if the heroes still disagree.
Granted, yeah, there are flaws in his execution.
Oh yeah. The characters themselves even point out the flaws in his execution. Remember, Joe, but there's that scene with Gamora where like, look, it's gonna happen, and Gamora's like, you don't know that, and then he's like, I'm the only one who knows it. So it really is one of those cases where he's just so convinced of this that he doesn't even, you know. Anyway, do I really have to hang out with you again?
Oh, remember, we gotta solve the mystery of Blackwell.
Yes.
Like we're Scooby-Doo or something.
Oh my god, stop trying to sound quirky. It's not, you don't know how to do it properly. Like,
then I had no clue what to say to her on that roof.
I get that they're trying to go for a Juno or Scott Pilgrim versus the World type of dialogue. I understand what they're trying to do, but they're just not good at it.
We just need to connect the plays. And find out who almost killed Kate. We have to stop this from happening to anybody else.
Okay, I know that you are concerned about there being something ominous going on, but don't you think it's a bit of a leap in logic to assume that somebody was secretly masterminding Kate's whole suicide attempt?
It's not so much that they were masterminding it, it's more so that there's an actual culprit who did. Remember, she was dozed and all that stuff, so we have to find out what happened to her specifically so we can arrest the culprit and all that good shit, basically.
Dude, do not even.
It's weird. The way she puts it, you'd think that there's some criminal mastermind behind everything.
Sure.
Which technically, that's what they're going to come to eventually. Well, actually, no, I think they're already on that bout of there being a culprit that they gotta find. Like, I don't know! For something that's supposed to be serious, this feels like vanilla Scooby-Doo, honestly.
Yeah.
And yes, I said vanilla Scooby-Doo. Like, even Scooby-Doo as a franchise has added some nuance to the formula over all those years.
Again, it's like Shiroi said, and when it comes to the teenage lingo, it's like they pick random words from the internet and just place it at random in the script. It's just like, if you don't know, if you're a couple of French boomers who don't understand American teenage lingo, get someone who knows it.
Oh, also, yeah, let's also find Rachel. Yeah, that'll be simple. Find a girl that's been missing all this time.
To be fair, we do indeed find Rachel. This plotline actually does go somewhere, to be fair.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, in this game? Or?
Yes, in this game, yes.
Okay.
We're in it to win it, Max.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we find her, but, like, again, as far as they know, even with Max's time-traveling powers... Hey, wait a minute. Well, okay. I guess to be fair, with how Max's time-traveling powers work, it's not like she'd be able to just see what happened to Rachel, since she probably, as far as they know, she would just be warped back to, like,
important.
Distracted, as you know. It's not been a good day for Blackwell.
I know this has been an awful day, and you can talk to me anytime, Mr. Jefferson.
Thank you, Victoria. I'm glad it had a relatively happy ending.
I don't know what I would have done if Katie jumped.
Katie?
Yeah, screw you.
I had no idea you two were that close.
You are so full of shit.
Oh, you are such a
How does this
bitch.
affect the Everyday Heroes contest?
It's like I said, Shira, she's not a character, she's a cartoon.
This is still a go, and I still have
Which
to pick
makes
the
me
winner
wonder,
that
what
best
was even the
represents
point of giving us a pet the dog moment with her in Chapter 1? Like,
Max.
Oh,
I'll give you
here
a
you go.
one-word sneak preview of Max's photo. Selfie. Listen, You've seen my entry. You know it's better than that. Wouldn't that be so cool to hang out together in San Francisco?
Mr. Jefferson, Victoria, please. And, I haven't picked a winner yet.
You already love my work, so it's not like you're playing favorites. Just
Do you
imagine
really
if
have to
we
win
won.
that bad,
We would
girl?
have to spend a lot
She's actually going to explain later why in episode 4.
fun.
Don't worry, Shiro. The teacher rejects her advances. There you go.
Yeah, no, I
You
can
might as well
tell.
choose me. Otherwise, I might have to tell people you offered.
Even said like, I'm just going to pretend you didn't say that. Just go back to your dorm,
As a favor to
please.
your future, I'll also ignore that undisguised threat. This
Yeah.
conversation is officially over, Miss Chase.
Yeah, what he said.
Crash and burn.
Well, at least someone in this fucking school has a brain.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You mean he didn't go with the girl who would land him in jail if he reciprocated her feelings on? I am in absolute shock, Kate. Your plan had no flaws whatsoever in it.
Actually, I think if you mean Victoria, Kate is the one who... Yeah,
Victoria.
yeah, you see what I mean? Yeah, Joe makes up a good point. Yeah, you see, Victoria is so one note. She's such a cartoonish bully character with no nuance to her whatsoever. She, like, don't get me wrong. Do these kinds of people exist in real life? Yes, they do. But like I've said before, realistic writing doesn't necessarily equal good writing, okay? We want to watch compelling characters. We don't want to watch one-note cartoons, you know?
Here's the thing.
We're both
Supposed
writing
realism and how
Not to
people
mention
act
the way
has
you
such
got
a
into my
wide
room.
range
Joking.
that
I'm serious.
arguably
Are
somebody
you
who
kidding me?
literally just snorts
Really?
cocaine in the
Why
middle
is
of
he
school
gonna be
could be
broke?
considered realistic
Charges for
because yes,
general.
there has
I'm
been
serious.
someone who's
We
done
could go to
that.
jail.
But
What if I'm
again,
related to the head of Blackwell
when you
Security?
use realism as an
Stepshit will
excuse
not
to
want
just
me to
have
get
anything
police.
happen,
So we gotta
well
find out what's in
then
Pittsburgh's
your
office
story
first.
loses all sense of tension
You
and
can rewind if you get
cohesion,
caught, right?
arguably.
It's the same thing with someone trying to use the realism excuse to defend Chloe. Like, again, this isn't real, this is fiction. She can be a flawed character without being an incredibly obnoxious, detestable shithead, you know?
You know what's sad, arguably? Chloe actually could have worked as a character if she were the villain. I will elaborate on that later, but no, trust me. If they really had to keep her the same way, she would work so much well if she were actually the heel.
Alright, Shiro, do you have anything to comment on that scene, since you seem very concerned about that?
Oh.
Oh.
Don't flirt with your teacher.
Very good. That's the lesson for today, everybody. Yes, I'm sorry.
Have I missed something?
Basically, remember Victoria, the cartoonish bully character?
Then we get
She-
into a relationship with a teacher.
Yeah, she tried to seduce the teacher into into making her the winner of the photo contest. But of course, the teacher was like, "Fuck you, go back to your room. I'm just going to pretend you didn't say."
They're not actually in a relationship. He wasn't having any of it, and she was like, "We're gonna be spending a lot of time together." It's like,
And he's like,
Oh,
back up, bitch.
So it's,
Back up.
so it's just like that bit in one of the Leighton games.
Well, no, hold
Yeah,
on.
except-
Get this though. She actually tried to threaten him, and he shut that down like a boss.
Yeah, here's the big difference, Dribs. Not only does Leighton is even completely unaware of anything that Rosetta Stone is trying to do, the game plays it as just a joke where she's trying her best to give him hints, but Leighton's all none the wiser. That's the joke.
Wait,
you know?
hold on. I'm pretty sure Layton was the wiser, especially since Luke pretty much spells it out for him that she's a man-eater.
Oh yeah, that is true. And then Leighton's like, "Oh
I like how
dear."
Luke called her that.
Again, you
Now,
can't.
where Luke learned that kind
That's
of
actually a good
lingo
point.
is...
That's actually a good point to us. I'm glad you brought that up. That scene from Lost Future is a great example of how you can make a joke about anything, even something like, relationships. Like, you just have to be a good writer who knows how to do it, which was the case in Lost Future. But all right, tune in for the next part, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.